Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Nay and I'm back with Testimony with Nay. And I have a special guest today and I'm going to let her introduce herself. You can go ahead, tell them who we're talking to today.
Hi, you guys. I'm speaking with Dorothy. My YouTube channel is God's Gift Ministry.
God's Gift Ministries, and you're a speaker as well?
I'm a speaker, yes, but I'm more of like a hands-on person. I'm shy,
Yeah.
so I really don't be on the camera like that. Like I make videos, but I don't be on the camera like that. I am so shy.
So you do kind of like a voiceover thing now?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Wait, how do you spell God's Gift Ministry?
God's Gift Ministry,
Uh-huh.
GODSGIFT
Uh-huh.
MINISTRY. God Gives Ministry 811. Well, 8111. 8111.
811 at the end?
8111. 831s.
Okay, yeah, you have this picture of what is it, scripture?
Yes, that's me.
Okay, so you just started. I love this. Okay, so what made you become a speaker? I guess that we're gonna get into like just what made you become you. All right. So let's just a little background. Where are you even from? Like I'm from New Jersey. I was born in New York. Where are you from?
Born and raised Chicago, Illinois.
Oh my God, I'm talking to somebody from Chicago.
Yes, from Chicago.
Is Chicago really what they say it is?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Ah!
it is.
Is the food really good or y'all just
The
be
food,
bragging?
the food is awesome. Like,
Really?
you go to Chicago, listen, nothing's like Chicago food. Nothing like
I
Chicago
don't
food.
know. I don't think I could get jiggy with that Chicago pizza though. The upside down is like switch. You know what I'm talking about?
You have to go to Home Run Inn. That's the best pizza.
But you know the
Huh?
Chicago style pizza I'm talking about though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm just even like that style. You like that?
No, I don't. I'm not. Nah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not gonna lie. No, I don't. I'm just a regular girl. Give me Chicago, a Home Run Inn pizza, be good.
Wow.
That was
How does
our.
it look in Chicago right now? Is it snowy? Is it cold? We just had a
I'm not in
hurricane.
Chicago right now, Nick. I'm actually on the other side of town. I'm in Texas.
Oh, so it's hot over there. No, it just yeah, it's hot, right?
It's not hot. It's not hot. We had snow yesterday. Snow and
No
ice.
way.
We had snow and ice yesterday.
Oh, it's a lot of irregular things going on the earth. Okay, so you were born and raised in Chicago. How many siblings? What type of family did you have, like growing up in the house?
I have three siblings, one deceased. I have two left, a brother and a sister. My mama was a single mom, so she raised us the best she could. She had her addictions, of course, you know. Um, Growing up, I was always that one that was by myself, kind of, sort of.
Was it by
I just
choice? Like you decided to isolate yourself by choice, or
no, it wasn't that choice. I loved my family, but we just had different views. Like the things they was doing, I couldn't get down with it.
what
So I
age
just
was this that you started noticing these things?
it was like a teenager when I was a teenager. So my sister, she would always have her best friend. They would be out doing whatever they was doing. Me, I was more like my mom. She would keep me under her wings. I had to stay with my little brother. It was just weird. I was a tomboy.
Yeah,
Really didn't have nobody but my grandma.
your grandma,
So yeah, my grandma raised me, practically raised me.
and she was a believer, I'm guessing.
She was. She was a believer.
Did you grow up in church? Because you said, she was. So how did you?
Yes, I was. I was gonna say born and raised. I grew up in church. I was very peculiar at a very early age. I would say around the age of 7 was when I really, really, really knew that God was real.
How did you know? Do you want to share your story?
Yeah, how I knew God was real.
Yeah, how did you know God was real?
I just knew stuff that it would just come to me, and I'm like, okay. So for instance, I lost my stepdad, right?
Okay.
And I never forget. I told my mom. I said, "Mom, Nick died." And she looked at me. She said, "What you say?" I said, "Nick died." She was like, "How you know that?" I was like, "God told me." And sure enough, his friend came. Not even 30 minutes, Nate. Like 10 minutes later, knocking at our door, crying. Nick gone. He died. Here go my mom. My baby just told me. I didn't believe it. What's going on? It's like, yeah. And I think that like God literally showed me he passed away in the hospital. So I knew I was special, but I didn't know how special I was. You
So
know?
when this happened, did you told your mom after the guy, because usually when you tell your parents something, they don't believe you right away when you're gifted. But yours, it happened so fast. How did
It
your
happened
mom?
instantly.
Yeah, how did your mom respond to you like moving forward, since she know that like you were actually able to have these visions or dreams?
It put a strain on our relationship.
It
Like she
what?
treated me. It put a strain on our relationship.
She started treating you like Joseph Brothers.
Yes, yes, Nate, yes.
Ah.
And I was like, dang, you know, but that was my mom. I still loved her. And I didn't know no better at the time. I was just like, okay, she's going to be okay, you know, because that was the only parent I had active at that time. And I just grew up like, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. But as I got grown, I started seeing it for what it really was. And I was like, man, you got to let that go. You got children of your own now, you know? You gotta be healthy for them. They gotta see you making right choices in your life, putting yourself first. You know, so they can put themselves first. I have two girls and two boys, and they admire me. They admire me, and I'm a single parent. I do it for myself with the help of God.
How old were you when you had a child?
21.
When you had your first child? Were you
21. Mm-hmm.
were you scared? You was nervous?
What? I had a C-section. I thought I was about to die. I had a C-section. I never forget it. It was up north in Chicago. The hospital, I never forget it. I just couldn't stop shaking. And all I just remember doing was just closing my eyes and like, God, just please help me, stay with me, help me. And I remember them putting me on the operating table. And I remember them just smacking the hell out of me, Nate. Just smacking me,
Waking you
trying to
up.
give me yeah. And the first thing I remember saying was, God is good. And
Yeah,
as
cause
I'm looking,
you done took your soul away, and you over there like,
yes,
God help me, like girl, I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to give it back so you can wake up. That's why they over there smacking you to wake up.
yes. And the way the nurses was looking at me like, God is good. Boy, you almost just died in the
They
tank.
don't know that you already had basically went away.
That's right.
They
That's
thought
right. Yep.
you was having a whole conversation, but he probably was like, "Girl, if you don't go back."
Yep.
So,
But I
if
have.
you listen, you tell people you had a C-section, you thought you was gonna die. They gonna be like, "Well, you had another one." So, like,
I had 4 C-sections, Nate.
oh my
4.
god.
And what's so amazing about God is the doctors told me after my first child, they said, we would recommend you not have any more children.
Wow.
I said, only God. This was my word to the doctor. I said, only God can determine that. And a year later, Nate, I had another one.
It's really the recommend word for me. Like, we wouldn't recommend. Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
So you already seen how God was moving to carry your adult. I want to go back. So, boom, your mom started treating you like Joseph Brothers. How did that? How was that like in the house? And
Um,
your siblings, did your siblings know that you were like this? Like, how's y'all
yeah,
relationship?
they knew. So we was all living with my mom at one point, and they used to like dirty up the house, and because we all had children, we was all living with my mom in her house. They would dirty up the house. They would just do little things to make her react towards me, because only how she would react is when she was under the influence of alcohol.
Yeah.
And I would tell her, I said, Mama, I just cleaned up, I did my part. I didn't do this. Oh, she would go off on me.
Cause you were the oldest,
On me.
right?
I'm the youngest. I'm the baby girl. My sister was the oldest, and my sister is the oldest, and I have a younger brother. But it was only us three in the house, so I was like
Wow.
the middle.
So you're like the middle, you said?
Yeah, the middle girl.
Okay.
And she would just go off, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? God, I need help. And I just was like, I was frustrated to a point. I was like, I don't know why she acting like this because I didn't understand. Marriage, I was still young. I didn't understand none of this stuff that was going on. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stay out her way. That led me to going to school, getting good grades. Straight A student. Straight A student. Never brought home a B. None of that. I was a straight A student.
Wow. So you showed that you didn't have to be, bad with your grades just because you was going through that. People do the opposite. I think I kind of did the same thing. Like I got into school, I became like class president. I wasn't straight A, but I
Yes,
was in the top 50. Okay. I
absolutely.
still had to do my speech at graduation, but I
That's
wasn't
right.
valedictorian though. But
It was worth it.
yeah, that I like that you went that route for sure. Wait, I want to talk more about the beginning, kind of with your mom. Like, what was other instances that happened that your family knew, your siblings? Did they know about
Um,
that? Like, were they around when you told your mom that the guy had died?
yeah, my brother was. My brother who dead it was. He was actually standing right there. My little brother, he was right there.
And how did you know that it was God? Wait, you said you went to church.
Yeah, I've been in church all my life.
Okay, that's why. So you already heard about God. You know the name God. Okay, cool. Because
Yes.
people want to know. They be like, "Well, how you just saying God? How did you even know?" That's because
Oh yeah. I'm
you
sorry. I
already
probably
knew.
took all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know when God is speaking to me. I know when He's warning me. I know I can just feel it. I can sense it. And if I don't see it like in a vision, I'll see it like in a dream. He'll let me know what's going on. So
Have you
yeah.
been like as you got older? Did God start telling you to read? Did you start reading the Bible or trying to understand different prophets in the Bible and stuff?
Oh yes, absolutely. I do it now today.
That's fine. All right, let's go back. So you and your kids' life, like how is that? How's the relationship with your baby daddy or husband? What's your status?
I'm single, May. I don't talk to no relationship. He's actually in jail for murder. Actually,
Oh damn.
yeah. He was abusive. He was really like he was really like a terrible person.
Is he the father of all the kids?
Two of them.
Okay. But is
But
this
we
like
don't
that
have
relationship that put you into that ascension or dark night of the soul?
no, no.
When did you
What
go into that?
when I lost my granddad and my brother are dead apart.
Your granddad? Why you felt like depressed, ready to
What?
give up?
Yeah, that's what it was. So I went to sleep angry. I
Gotcha.
went to sleep
Yep.
confused,
There you go.
angry.
Mhm.
Yep, I went to sleep confused, angry, mad. I was grieving. The
So you were
fasting.
one of those. This is the level. You're you're stronger because you're one of those where the love wasn't gonna put you there. It had to be something deeper.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah. So some of us, it could just take a relationship. Like with me, it took a little relationship. That's all I needed. I'm a little softy. But so with you, this is interesting because I know a lot of people that do go through it with the love relationship, but hearing on this side. Okay. So the relationship then, since you feel like, how was it then? How was it, since you said he was a terrible person? Like, what was it that you wanted to share? Did you notice any other red flags? What made you draw towards him? Was you guys trauma bonding? Like, do you feel like y'all had certain
Okay.
things in common?
Okay. So it was when I lost my dad in 2005.
Okay.
Lost my dad. Ended up moving to a new neighborhood. Met this guy. I lived downstairs from him.
Mm-hmm.
I was a tomboy. I played ball. Had a nasty 3-point shooter. Every time, anywhere on the court, like this is a true story. Anywhere on the court, I could shoot. So
No, I really believe you because I'm looking at you. I'm looking at her YouTube right now, and you look like you don't play.
and I was playing ball, and he would always say, "Oh, I want you on my team. I want you on my team." And so I would always play ball with him. I'm thinking it's innocent. We're starting off as friends. I'm a virgin. Man, so I was a virgin.
Right.
I wasn't having sex. Give me 1 second. Yes, Alex. All right. So long story he ended up manipulating me because I was telling him about my dad, how I just lost my best friend, and I just was, in a dark space at that time.
Yeah.
So we ended up doing whatever. And this man, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but this man, he really was like, that wasn't nothing. And I was like, what you mean it wasn't nothing? I gave myself to you. What you mean it wasn't nothing? He was like, I need some more. I was like, what? And he was like, I need some more.
And how long was y'all going for, sis?
Huh?
How long was y'all already going for?
No, it was like the next day. I was a virgin. He was trying to, I guess, break me in or whatever you call it. And I was like, I wasn't feeling it, so I stopped him.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, how long was y'all? What he mean he wasn't? Okay.
Right, I'm sorry. But it was short-lived or whatever. So I ended up doing it again. He ended up reeling me in, and I just fell in love. So I thought I was in love, but it was trauma bonding. Mm-hmm. I was trauma bonding with him. And it just went from trauma bonding to like abuse, like straight up abuse. He'd be like, you think you tough? Show me how tough you is. And I'm like, no. I'm not about to play fight with you, He wanted to fight. And Lord behold, did I know, because I'm thinking like I'm just this innocent person, you supposed to protect me. This man literally one day, he just hauled off and smacked me.
No.
And I just lost my mind. I'm talking about I charged at him. I did everything. And next thing I know, I was on the floor. I'm not going to lie. He literally picked me up down my neck and put me to sleep and dropped me on the floor. And it was like, at that moment, I was like, God, what did I do to deserve this? Like, what's really going on?
Right.
But I stayed with him 2 years, and then I found out I was pregnant when I made up my mind that I was done with him.
Right.
My mama told me, she was like, Dorothy, you pregnant? I was like, no, I'm not. I'm on my cycle. She was like, nah, you pregnant. This was in 2010.
Were you on your cycle?
I was. And I went to the doctor.
See, y'all listening? Anybody listening? Especially you teenagers. You could still be pregnant even if you're on your cycle, baby.
Absolutely. Okay? And I went to the doctor. Mm-hmm. And the doctor goes, congratulations, you're 3 months pregnant.
3 months?
With a girl. Yes.
Wow, you knew the gender, everything.
The doctor knew the gender. And this is how I found out they know the gender between the boy and the girl. The heartbeat. A girl heart beats 2 times faster than a male heartbeat.
Oh, wow. Why you telling me that now? Now I'm going to know that when I...
sorry.
I don't have no children, but now I feel like I'm going to be listening in the
I'm sorry. Yeah, and it came out a girl, and I was just like, wow. And that doctor I was like, this doctor a genius. But I walked out of there crying because I'm like, I don't want no child, especially not that this dude. And I was just all like, that moment was all like, it was so surreal to me. Like I wasn't ready to be no mama. I wasn't, but that's what saved my life, because I said, by me knowing I have a girl, I have to protect this baby. I have to get away from this man, because if he put his hands on me, he'll do it to my child.
Yep.
And I left.
That was all.
That was it.
But
right now she's 14.
How was he when you because I know when we gotta leave a situation, we gotta be real smart. You feel me? Because once you get in, you gotta stay in. And I already talked about this in videos.
Oh.
When you get into a situation, sometimes you gotta ride that thing out until it's a safe for you to get out. You know what I'm saying? So when you, how did you do it like in a slick kind of way? Like
So
what
let
was
me tell you.
his response of you leaving?
So let me tell you. One day he had spent the night out, and I woke up looking for him. I'm like, I called his phone. I'm like, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm at the be on my way. Don't go nowhere.
Was he like
And
an
I said,
alcoholic or something?
no, he was
What
doing
did
what
he
they call
do?
it,
What was his substance?
ecstasies. At that time, it was ecstasy he was doing, and I found out through his friend.
Oh, he wanted to be
Yeah,
up, lit, lit.
I didn't know nothing about drugs, Nate. I
I
didn't know
barely know what
nothing,
that is, but I know that ain't
and
that to be like super
it makes you
hyper.
crazy. It makes you crazy. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
say that.
yeah.
He came in. I mean, I asked him where he was at. He was like, I'm on my way. I was like, no, because if I would have stayed the night out, now, mind you, I didn't even go outside. I couldn't go outside. This man was delusional. If I walked to the store, I was talking to somebody.
He
Or
had a
it
car.
was, no, never had a car. No.
He didn't have a car.
No, and had the nerve to cheat. Man, never had a car. Never.
And how he thought he was running shit with no car?
Listen,
Wow,
the man
the
told
the
me,
the shit that we be into when we be blind.
yes,
You
yes, the
know.
man told me, if you leave that house, I'm gonna come find you and I'm gonna hurt you.
Oh,
That's all he had to tell me. Now I'm pregnant, Nate. Baby, it was the middle of the winter. I never forget it because I fell down the stairs trying to get out the house. I put on my shoes, put on my jacket. Now my mom, she had moved up north on the north side of Chicago.
mm-hmm.
I went to my sister's house that stayed, I want to say like 30 blocks away.
Yeah.
Went to her house. I walked to her house. This how bad I wanted to get away from this man. It's snow on the ground. I walked to her house. I asked her for bus fare. She gave me bus fare. I went up north to my mom's house. This man came up to my mama's house and bust her windows out.
Not your mama house.
My mama's house.
You know he done lost his marbles.
Bust my mama windows out. Mama had her restraining order out on him. And that was it. That was it. I was like, I'm not going back. I'm done.
So he did the bust the window thing, and then that was it. You never really had to deal with him.
I never dealt with him again because I told
God
her.
good all the
Yes.
time.
Yes. And that's why I said, when you make up your mind to do something, no matter how scared you is, you going to do it.
I feel
You
like
going to
because
do
you
it.
got away and you got into the place that God needed you, he was like, okay, now we cool. Like he couldn't get past that. Like you just had to go back home or whatever. It
Yeah.
was like a shield
Yeah.
of protection around that house. Even though he did his little corny little 1-2 knockout.
Yeah. That was it.
Yo, that's lit.
Yeah.
But
And now
this is important to tell people. Like you got to know that right time. It's like something was telling you, no, this is the time.
it was my child. It was my child. Everything in me was like, even though I was scared to death of being a mama, everything in me was like, what would your mama have done? Your mama would have protected you probably.
Yeah.
You are a mama before you anything. Protect that baby.
But what would you say to ones that don't have a child and they was in that situation?
What I would say to the women that don't have a child, live your best life. Don't ever let anyone do what you would not want done to them. Because the thing is, people let manipulation and all these antics stop them, from being great.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to always tell me, you stupid as hell. And I used to always agree. Yes, I am stupid as hell for being with you.
But listen, because he said this too, when you say when you was like what helped, when I asked you what helped you to get out, I want to make sure that you did it for you too, not just for the child. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant by like that part. Like what if someone else was in that situation, but we wasn't doing it for our child? Like what would be that moment? Moment when you got out and you got to stick to the plan and just do it. Because I feel like you had a plan and you kind of just was like, I gotta. Like, did you write up a plan like a certain time you?
No. So
like
every time
telling you to go, what was it?
Every time we would fight, I would pray, Nate. I would cry. I would pray to God. I said, God, if you get me out of this, I never go back. Never go back. And I kept going back. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a few times I went back, but when I found out I was pregnant and I prayed to God, and I just felt different. I felt different. Like, okay, you go back this time, you're not gonna make it out. And And I left, and that was the moment that changed everything.
Okay.
I wasn't scared no more. It's like everything left, like the fear left.
How old were you at this
I
point?
was I was 20 when I left. I had my child at 21. I was 20 when I left.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good time to get out.
Yes. Yep. And I kept asking, I said, why am I going through this? Why do I have to experience this? But now looking back at it, I'm glad I went through that, you know?
Yeah. No, for real, because you can help other people that went through stuff like that. Because I didn't, my story, I didn't go that deep as far as having a child and having to deal, I guess, with that stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
now we have someone that does, you know what I'm saying? So you can share and
Yes.
inspire people in that because we need that.
We do. And a man who is a coward, because I'm gonna say he's a coward.
Definitely.
Their biggest tactic is instilling fear. If they can scare you, they can keep you.
Yeah, because basically they're living in fear. Who alarm going off? That's your kid.
That's my alarm. I'm sorry.
They might pick that up on the call. That's what I said.
I'm sorry. But yes,
You better get to
that's
that alarm. What's up? You late to something?
no, that's my daughter alarm. My 4-year-old right here.
So you have a 4-year-old. Tell us the age. 4-year-old.
I have 4.
Uh-huh.
I have 12, 13, and 14.
Wow. What are like the best years to you? Do you have any like specific years that you feel is like the best? Like you'll say like a one, the newborn, and then when they're 2, and then when they're 4, and then when they're 6. Like what's your best? What year should I look forward to? I know I should
So
look forward to all of it, y'all. Not to the people that's gonna be like, girl. But like,
so
what's the
the
many years? There's
milestones.
big milestones.
Yes, the big milestones for me was newborn,
Mm-hmm.
age 3. It's something about the number 3. I don't know what it is, but that 3 is special.
I'm
The
number
age
3. My
of
birthday
3.
is July 3rd, so I do
You see
understand.
what I'm saying?
I see what you're
See?
saying. And you have,
Number
I'm
3.
looking at 7-3 on your channel right now. 73 subscribers. That's my birthday. 7-3. That's funny. Yeah,
Wow.
that's funny. All right, go ahead.
Yep. The number 3, and I would say 14. My baby, that's 14 right now. Like that's my best friend. Like for real.
Wow. Yeah, 14 is a good age too. That's like 8th grade, ninth grade.
Yes, not great. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, wow. You a mom.
Yes, I'm a mom.
So how is it now? Do you have like support with all of that? Is you and your mom still tight? Like how's y'all relationship?
um, I've been praying on it. After I lost my brother, it still was a little off.
Yeah.
But I don't have no support right now. It's just me and my children. It's
What
just
was
us.
off? You think your mom is just grieving too and she don't know how to deal with it, or y'all
And
like?
I took that into consideration. Yes,
Yeah.
but I check on her and stuff. It's just weird. But after I left
He lived
Chicago,
at the house, like he lived home when he passed.
no, he was in a car accident. He lived in Wisconsin.
Oh, so he was far.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Oh,
Yeah, he was in a bad accident. Mm-hmm.
damn. So your
Yep.
mom, yeah, she could be grieving, but she don't know how to handle it. She's putting it instead of spewing out of love, she's spewing out of hate. We got to learn how to balance the two.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can't
She's
forget
been
about your other kids because your kids are grieving as well. Like that's their mom,
exactly.
So,
Exactly. Yep.
so you just what keep your distance, but you check in.
Yeah, I check in with my mom. Me and my sister and my other brother, we don't have a good relationship like that.
Why?
No.
We all gotta get. We all gotta get to it. That no said it all. So, what are you doing now? Like, what's your career life like? So, when you were going through all of this, where were you working? How was you taking care of yourself with these children? Like, was he taking care of? Because y'all was walking. So, how was y'all taking care of these kids? Like, when you got away, what happened?
I've been taking care of my children by myself my whole life, literally.
Straight
Like,
warrior, soldier.
yeah,
How do you
no.
do it? How do you do it? People think it's so hard. How do you get by?
It is hard. It's very hard. I wouldn't take that from no mother, no single mother. It's very hard to see your children need and go without. I've been homeless twice. Well, I won't even say homeless because God has always kept me. I've been displaced twice or whatever, but
I like that. I like that term actually because I've been displaced a couple times. Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
But it was just the inner knowing that it goes back to the scripture. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yep.
Um, my biggest thing was being a role model for my children. I'm in school. I'm a straight A student in school. I'm in college. I'm a junior. I'm studying psychology, mental health.
Girl, I was thinking about going back to school to do the same thing because I'm like,
Yes.
it feels like you were already born with the things that I was already born with, so it should be kind of easy. When I
Yes.
was in school the first time, I was wanting to be a doctor because I wanted to be the top paying doctor in the universe type shit. But
That quickly changes, don't
you just
it?
can't go for, yeah. And I didn't want to take all those baby steps. I'm in school for all these years and I'm still.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew I wanted to be some type of healer with it. So probably down the line,
Yes.
I'm going to start a business with some healing. But with school, with psychology, girl, I'm going to need you because straight A's. That's what I
I
want to
get
go
you.
with this. Straight A's. Shit. That's black
Yes.
girl magic. It ain't a lot of black folks that just be pulling out them straight A's because we got to worry about so much
Yes.
other things. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But for
right.
you to be
Mm-hmm.
focused on them A's and you had all that going on, there's no excuse. Damn, I should have got my shit together. I could have did better in
Listen, baby, when the time is
school.
right, you gonna get it.
For real. No, I love that.
That's that's what
But
keep me going.
honestly, I gotta ask you something. And people
Mm-hmm.
probably gonna laugh or giggle when I ask you this. But your name is Dorothy. Keep it real, Dorothy. You should have known you was special when you knew your name was Dorothy.
Oh, talking about my name. So listen, baby. Now, name. I'm gonna tell you that you gonna be like, get out of here. So my name, I was named after my grandmother, Dorothy. She was blind, a blind lady named. She was blind, born blind.
Wow.
But my mom would always tell me, your grandmother was the sweetest woman I ever known. This is my dad's mom.
Was the sweetest?
Was the sweetest woman she ever known.
Mm.
I never heard her say that about nobody. She's like, your grandmother was the sweetest lady I ever known. She was a sweetheart. She would give you the clothes off her back. You hungry, she'd invite you in to eat. And I'm like, I never got to meet this lady. So here I am, all in my feelings. I said, God, I want to be the Dorothy that she. And then when I said that, I started seeing all type of stuff.
Wow.
When I say it scared me, my right hand to God, I said, God, I don't want to see nothing else. I didn't even say that. I didn't know what I was saying. I started seeing supernatural things.
Can you share some things that you see? This is proof that if you ask God, He shall show you. He shall show you.
Yes. So me and my daughter, we was on the north side one day, and we had this game. It's called Made You Look.
Yep.
And she was like, Mom, look. I was like, no, you ain't making me look. She was like, no. And I know she's serious. She's like, no, Mom, look, for real. And I looked, Nay, and I can't even describe it. I said it was the devil. It scared me so bad. It was a creature, I kid you not. And it stood on 4 feet. And it was big as an SUV. It had a face, I can't even describe this thing. The face was so big and hairy, but it was like when it walked, it's like it shook the ground underneath it. That's how big this creature was.
Why did you say it was the devil? Why you gotta give him the power?
I don't know. That's what came out. I'm like, it was the devil.
Imagine how people feel when they see supernatural things. They probably call everything the devil. When
God, man, and that's what I had to realize. I said, I didn't know what it was, but the first thing that came out was it was
like
the devil.
Watcher, one of the Watchers.
That's what it could have been. But it moved.
Watchers, they look.
Man, it was bigger than Bigfoot. I was like, what? And I looked.
And your daughter was able to see this too.
My daughter saw it. My 14-year-old daughter saw it. My right-handed guy. Yes, she did.
Wow. And then
we told my mom.
Did you stop? Like y'all was driving?
Baby, no, I was walking. And my mama stayed across the street from a cemetery. Baby, I ran in her building. When I say I tried to break the door down to get in, I was so scared.
What'd she say?
She was like, no. She put me out, man. She said, I was like, we saw the devil. She was like,
hey, yo. said you too. You was
I
about to have a
scared
baby and
her.
you scared her.
Yes, it scared me. Yes, and
So
I'll never forget that. I never forget that. So you have to be careful what you say because your words have power. And not ask, seek, and knocking. You still can.
so
It's
what
real.
about now? Do you ask to see things now? Do he show you things now, or he done stopped?
Nah, baby, I had myself seeing things, but I still get my dreams. Yeah, he speaks to me. So how God speaks to me now is through signs.
Okay.
Like I
You
could be
want to know what
outside.
that is? And I dropped videos on this, but I'm learning that I have to like re-talk on things that I drop because I don't know if people listen to it. And I want to know what video you found me on or whatever. But
Okay.
what I was about to say, when you're going, remember how I was like you had to go through like the
The
passing or
dark night
whatever,
of the soul.
the grief
Mm-hmm.
to really feel something to be like back, I guess, crying, I don't know. But like even with some people that still doesn't really believe, like you could have been like believing but not really believing, still like questioning. So that's why God was
Right.
allowing you to see supernatural
Right.
things, because you was like, God, I want to
Mm-hmm.
see it, show me it, tell me this, show me this,
Yeah.
show me this. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna give it to you so that you could become a believer. But now that you believe, you're not, he's gonna go back to just the simple way of sharing things to us. But
And it's true when people say the supernatural will scare you to death. That's the truth. Like that, you can't handle that. Like that would literally kill you. It's real. That is real. The supernatural world is real, and our natural bodies can't handle that. I experienced that. We can't handle that. That would literally kill you. That's you have to be a different type of person to
so you
even.
needed him. If you would have gave him a little bit more time, maybe he would have said, "Fear not, for the Lord thy God has sent me," or whatever they say, the angels or whatever say.
Yeah, maybe that would have worked. But
You didn't
listen,
even give it time.
I didn't give it time, baby. Listen, whatever door I opened, I wanted it closed. I didn't want to see nothing else. No, no, no way. No.
I'm cracking up. Yo,
Baby,
I'm
yes.
cracking up. That's hilarious. Imagine the people that don't give up and they keep going and going and they're of the dark. Imagine what they be seeing. That's probably be going crazy in their mind. Have you, all right,
And
so
that's
when
how
you,
they make them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
because of what you was going through, have you ever got like really mad? Like it felt like, have you ever felt like you were going through like your Job season, being stripped of everything and stuff? And
Oh yes,
when
yes.
when did that happen to you? Was
I
you
even spoke it out my mouth. I said this is my drug season, and I knew it because my whole family they just stopped talking to me. They just stopped talking to me. Um, and this was part of this was when I was grieving. I was grieving.
mm,
I literally was in the house for almost 2 years by myself, just me and my children. Wasn't talking to nobody, nobody. And then one day my brother called and was like, you need to get up to the hospital because mama is in the hospital and it's not looking good. And I was like, what? And I guess this was when God was telling me, like, get it together, like you are strong. And so I go up to the hospital and I see my mom, and it in my head, this was it for my mom. But I prayed, Nate. I prayed. I said, God, I just lost my brother and my granddad. I dare can't lose my mama. I said, if you trying to get to me and tell me something, I'm listening because, Lord, I can't lose my mama. She went in on Christmas. And I remember saying, I said, God, she going in on Christmas. I said, Lord, if you bring her out on New Year's Day, January the 1st, I will live for you and only you. Name, my mama walked out the hospital January the 1st. And had it, like, I can't make this up. Like,
I just heard the confirmation. My phone just binged from a notification. They gonna hear it too. I believe you.
yes, yes. I said I would live for you and only you, and I just been that way since. I've been that way since that day, and this was in 2022. I lost my brother and my granddad in 2021.
It sounds like you have mastered a great connection with God where He hears you and your tongue is very powerful. You can heal people. You can, you know,
Yes,
they
yes,
lucky
I
that you're
spoke.
of the light.
Yes, I had a friend. She was battling cancer, and she didn't believe like me. She didn't have the faith that I have. And I told her, I said, "You are healed." I said, "This is just a test. You're going to be healed." And I gave her a certain day, And I write, because I write everything. My prayers, I write them down. Write it down, put it on my refrigerator, pray over it. And she came back with a testimony like, "I'm healed. I'm cancer free." And I knew it. I said, and she
How
was
do
like,
you
"How do
be knowing
you?"
certain days?
So you put a demand on it. What I do, I remind God of His word. God, you said that by your stripes we are healed. God, you said I could do all things through Christ who strengthens you, and you just put a date on it.
Mm.
So she told me she'd go to the hospital on this day, and I'm telling her, when you go to the hospital, you're gonna get good news on that day, and that's how it happened.
Wow, people are gonna love this. Y'all loving this? Cause I'm loving this. Comment if y'all loving this, cause I'm loving this.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I tell people I'm not perfect. I have wrong people. I have thought things that I should have done. But when you go to God and you make up your mind that God, for you I live, for you I die, and you mean those words, you all in. You all in. And it gets harder. It gets harder.
But do
It's
you
like,
ever feel like but because it does get harder, but I feel like that's only for a period until you learn how to get past temptation and certain, like, you get sharper in discernment because then you won't fall for the same traps. So it won't seem as
that's
hard.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So can you touch on that? Because some people, they drag on that, like, don't think it's gonna ever be easy, because that's not true.
So,
Eventually you're gonna make it over to heaven on earth. You're not gonna always be
mm-hmm.
battling. You're gonna look at
That's
the
right.
battles or the distractions like it's nothing. You're gonna laugh at them.
So, when my mom was in the hospital and it wasn't looking good for her, that's when I made up my mind to walk with Christ. And that's when everybody left my life. Everybody. I say even my mom,
How did
because
they? How did they? Because people are gonna be like, "What do you mean you left your life?"
so um
Were you like talking about God and how you were like really living for God?
no,
Like, what was it?
nobody knew. Nobody
Nobody
knew.
even knew, so they just felt that you
Nobody
were
knew.
different. What was it?
No, listen. Nobody knew that I had made this
Vow.
declaration to God. Yeah,
Yeah.
the vow. There you go. The vow to God. I told God this. Do you know, after I made that vow to God, I had I got a call from DCFS. They was trying to come in and take my children.
Mm.
I got my car taken away. I can't make this up. I was being attacked with black magic, witchcraft,
And
and
how
I
did
was
you
like,
know it was black magic, witchcraft? What are some symptoms you had to go through? I want to know if
I
we went through
started
similar things.
I started seeing stuff like black. I was living in this house, and then people upstairs would always throw parties every weekend. No matter what time it is, they would play music from sun up to sundown. They would throw parties and stuff. So one day, the lady knocked on my door, and she was like, "Oh, what she say? Do you know the landlord is?" She said something. Do you know the landlord is watching us or something? And I'm like, "Oh, what are you talking about?" And she just showed me this something. What was it? She showed me something on the phone that said he was into witchcraft or whatever. But strange things started happening in my house. I started finding RIP shirts. Now, mind you, I don't have company. Ain't nobody
What did
coming
she
in
show
out
you
of.
on the phone?
She showed me like a something, a Ouija board, like a star with candles around it. What
That
is
he
it
had,
called?
like, he had a whole altar in his house.
Altar. That's what it's called. Yes. She showed
So
me
she
something
went
like
into
that.
his apartment, your neighbor.
No, 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 no. She showed me on the phone, a Facebook something. That's what she said. She was like, he's into witchcraft and stuff
So
like that.
he posts that on his Facebook.
Yes, uh huh. It was.
It
It
was
wasn't
like a
even his
Facebook
page.
group. Like he was on a Facebook group too. You know how
He
they.
had a face. He had a Facebook page. I don't know if it was a group or
Okay,
not,
because
but
you know they be having those demonic groups and shit like that on Facebook. But so this man was
oh,
posting it on Facebook, and she found his Facebook,
yep,
and
yep. And
this
she
is the
was like,
girl that was partying,
yes,
and she came
and
to warn you, the party girl.
so called exactly. And I stayed away from her. I just stayed clear of her. But
Yeah.
I would always get up in the middle of the night and pray. I would pray, and it's like the more I prayed, the more ATLL broke loose. I'm gonna be honest with you. And so that happened. I was finding RIP shirts in my house.
What the freak?
Like,
Like where?
yes.
Where would you find them?
I would go, listen, I would go out. I could go to the store, Nate. Listen, the store is a block away. I would come back, and I'm like, I know ain't nobody in my house. It was an RIP shirt. And I'm calling, I'm like, I know I'm not losing my man.
So,
I
do
don't know
you
these
think
people.
do you think that he had cameras in there, or was his apartment door close to yours where he could come in when
He
he
didn't
left?
even say, from what I'm hearing, from what I knew, he didn't even stay in the building.
But
I
so he
had
had cameras.
No, I had cameras. I bought cameras and put them in my house.
So you look back in the cameras, you never saw no one come in?
Never saw no one come in, go out, none of that. None of it.
Never on the cameras.
Never.
And
Never.
you went back every time.
Made every time. Never saw no activity. None.
So you think it was just all spiritual.
It had to be spiritual
And you felt the
because
shirt. You picked up the shirt.
I threw the shirt away. Yes, I did. Because I didn't know
Wow.
this.
It really appeared in your house.
Yes, it
Multiple
was, but
times?
that wasn't the first shirt. It was like 3 shirts. And then I
Wow.
asked the guy, it was the guy that stayed right across the street from me. I never forget it. I said, what was this before I moved here?
And what
And
he
they was
say?
like, this was where they would sell drugs and a lot of people got killed in that house. And I was like, that explains it. A lot of people died in that house. And I was like, was they young? Oh, it was like, maybe they was young boys that died. And that shirt I found, it was like the boy had to be like 16 or 17 on the shirt. And I was like, what? And it was just freaking me out because there was a lot of activity in that house. A lot of it. Even my children experienced it.
Wow. That's already crazy right there.
Yes.
What if you were supposed to save the boys? Like, how did they get? How
And
did?
that's what I said. I said, God, I don't know what this means. I don't know if the spirit is trapped here. I don't know none of this. I said, but God, whoever this is, let them rest peacefully. They can go free. Their spirit is free now. And I opened my windows and my doors and I let it go. That's what I did. That was it.
And how was it after that? What was the
It
experience?
was still the same. So after that, I would come
Did
home
you?
and
When
my
did you get enlightened about like saging your home or cleaning your space? Did you
I
ever?
don't use sage. I don't use sage. I just say a prayer.
You
Prayer
just say
oil.
pray
That's
over
it.
your home. So when did
That's
you
it.
learn to like pray over your home to like get the spirits out?
Um, through YouTube. YouTube. I found a lady called, her name is Shannon Wells on YouTube. God brought me across her page. And this lady is so enlightened. I used to just listen to her. And I'm like, God, why you showing me this person? Like, who is she? And I would just listen to her. And from that point, it was like God was just showing me, like, taking me step by step of what to do. But let me see, it was Shannon Wells, because there's a lot of them I've listened to on YouTube. But Shannon Wells is the most profound one that God brought me across her page.
That helps you to figure out how to
Yeah.
like clear
Get in
things
that
out.
Bible, and use my authority. She's the one. Yep.
And then what happened after? Did you start to see a difference?
No, it was like the warfare amped up. So I would come home in the room I was personally sleeping. The window would always be open. And I used to be yelling at the kids like, why is y'all opening my windows? We on the ground. Somebody could come in
did
here.
you ever anoint the home?
Yes. I had to. I
Okay,
anointed
I'm
my
like,
home.
you gotta use something that God gave us on earth. You feel
No,
me?
I got the oil. I always get the oil, and I anointed my home. I anointed the window sills.
The doors, the
I
front. Okay.
all of that.
Okay, go ahead. So you would yell at
And
them because the windows will open up.
always open up, always.
All right. So
And
what
it
did
got
you get in
to,
your head? Like, okay, God want me to get out of here.
I used to talk, Nate. I used to be like, I ain't going nowhere till God tell me to leave. I used to talk. And I guess that was God, like, okay, I'm telling you to leave.
Yeah, you telling yourself it out loud.
One,
That's why I laughed. I'm like, girl, you
yeah,
telling that. That's you saying it.
yeah, exactly. And one day, my oldest boy, I told them to take the garbage out. Now, the way to take the garbage out is you have to go to the garage, Nate, and then the alley.
Yeah, it's just too much with this house already, babe. Mm-mm.
Listen, they had the ATF SWAT team back there.
Huh?
Listen, they had the ATF SWAT team back there. My baby's came in the house like, Mama, it's the police is in the garage. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm getting up and putting my high shoes on. Nate, when I say they got guns bigger than you know the troopers in New York, they had guns the size of that. And they was like, who live here? I was like, I stay here and I got neighbors. They said, well, ma'am, this was their exact word. You have some really shady neighbors. And I said, what's going on? They said, they stole these cars. Now, these was 2024 cars, Nate. Brand new cars. They stole them and put them in the garage. This one, no, I don't know who was doing it. But I remember it was a white truck back there with black rims. And I knew the car was new. And I'm like, who is doing this? They're like, you got some really shady neighbors. I'm like, I'm just so glad y'all didn't do nothing to my children.
Like, it was the perfect time that y'all went out for the garbage.
Yes.
See how that worked. But
no, I took them out there by themselves.
Yeah. But I'm saying that happened at the perfect time because your daughter came in to tell you, so that they didn't just come into your place and you would have been off guard. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It happened perfectly. But now we got to go back to your neighbor. So do you think that your neighbor?
Of course, I really do.
You think everything she had an altar too? You think that she?
Of course, because it wouldn't be until like they'll see me bringing in groceries, or they'll see me walking my dog, or they'll see me doing something. These people would call the landlord and tell them, "Oh, she let the dog poop in the yard."
So do you think that she was lying about the landlord?
Yes. She probably wasn't lying, but she wasn't always telling the truth either. I believe they both
was she showed you on the phone. Do you think that?
Oh, no. I believe he was in some dark stuff. No, she wasn't lying about the truth. That was the truth. Mm-hmm. But she was into it too, because she would always like, oh, he gave me this gift. If you know he doing witchcraft, why is he even taking gifts from this person?
But why would she tell you about it? Was she ever trying to give you anything?
No.
Never tried. Okay.
I just wasn't that person. Like, high and by.
She never really tried to include you in anything, but she would do shit behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So wait, after this happened, did you hear the neighbors like that same day? Like when you told the child to go take out the garbage, like did you know if the neighbors was home or not?
From my understanding, they were gone. They were gone that day. Mm-hmm. I never forget it.
After that, y'all had to leave. Where did y'all go?
We moved to Texas, where I'm at now.
Wow. And you've been there ever since?
I came here in June.
This is recent.
This is recent.
So you're one of the recent people that we've been talking about. Like you got neighbors and doing witchcraft and like, because we've been speaking on these things, but I never. Now I'm actually meeting people that really is going through that shit. Oh wow.
Yes.
Because I knew it wasn't me, but I would get these messages or downloads, and I'm like, huh? Because I didn't think it was my neighbors, but now I know it was yours and probably some other people. Wow.
And some
So
other people.
so now that you moved to Texas, how has it been?
So my journey from Chicago to Texas is it's beautiful. I'm gonna say like take God at His every word. We stayed in a hotel for 5 months, May, 5 months. June, July, August, September. No, 4 months, October. I got a job within 3 months of being here. From there, I moved in my place name, believe it or not, one day before my birthday. My
Oh,
birthday, listen, my birthday is October the 18th. I
okay.
moved, there go to number 17. I moved in October the 17th.
Mm.
When I say my place is brand new, everything in here is brand
You
new.
the first person to sit on your toilet type
The
shit.
first person name, like, nobody but God could have done this.
I love that. That's fire.
I Yes, I stayed faithful, man. I was paying my tags. I was just trusting God through the whole process. The whole process. And it was some times, I'm not gonna lie, we never went, me and my children, we never went to sleep hungry. We ate every day.
Mm-hmm.
God had people in the hotel fixing us food, bringing it to us. It was just amazing. Like, I
Wow.
can't make this up. I
Wow.
used to
So you
leave
know
them
God
in
has
a
been God
room.
on you the whole time.
Huh?
So that's how. When did you know, like, oh, I made the right choice, decision?
I asked God. I said, God, I was at work. I never forget it. I said, God, is this where I'm supposed to be at? And I looked in the sky. I kid you not. And I saw the Amazon smile symbol, just like that. The sign that's on the side of the Amazon truck. And I'm like, I took a picture of it. And I'm like, wow, okay. And then I'm like, okay, that was just too random. Then I asked again, and the Amazon truck came. I kid you not. The Amazon truck rolled past me with the smile sign. I was like, wow, this is where I'm supposed to be at. This is where I'm supposed to be at.
That's fire. So we
Yes,
gotta pay attention to
yes.
the signs. They're there. You can't ask God for something and then don't go looking
And
for the
not get
signs.
it.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
so fire. You made it to your promised land.
I'm in my promised land and I'm not going back to Egypt. I refuse to go back to Egypt.
Oh, you think it's nothing back there? Shit.
There's nothing back there. Nothing.
Damn, that's lit. What else?
Yes.
Wow. So what are you gonna do more videos on your YouTube? Like what can people
Talking to
expect to
you,
hear from you on YouTube? Cause I feel like you need to get back on YouTube, sis.
I do, and this is my fan. Yes, I'm gonna actually do a video of how I was just at a store and how God, like the signs, how God is just talking to me while I'm in the store, and He's like, get this, and get that. That's probably gonna be one of the first videos I do, and just pay attention. I tell people like, you ask God for something, and if it's according to His will, you gonna see a sign. Everything, every miracle he performed, it was a sign before it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back on YouTube.
How do you feel mentally too? What have you learned about like mental health and about yourself during this whole process?
I believe God mentally. I am happy. I'm at peace. I can honestly say like God did that. He that guy. Looking back on it, I can see why I'm in psychology. A lot of people in my family suffer from mental health issues, including my child father. Yeah, so that's why I was like, God don't make no mistake. And He told me, He said, go to school for psychology, mental health. And I've been in there ever since. So
Is he
I
on
know that's
child
why.
support?
No, I don't believe in child support. I'm sorry, I don't believe in child support.
So he's just out here in these streets.
No, he's locked up. He's no,
Oh yeah,
they
locked up for
no.
murder. My bad. My bad.
Yeah,
Oh
he
okay,
locked
never
up.
mind. Oh.
He thought he was getting away with it. Nah. Mm-mm.
Hell
God said I
no.
got
Do you hear your
extra
story?
child
He
support
was
for
never getting
him.
away with you. You chosen for sure.
Yes, God said I got something better than child support for him.
So
Mm-hmm.
I made a video about chosen versus called, and I said the chosen ones, we already had this Holy Spirit in us that kind of protected us, and we always had like that friend. You know, you already
Yes.
knew about God. You was able to say, God showed me that, or God told me when you had that
Mm-hmm.
dream vision. Do you believe that? Like, do you believe that chosen ones, you're gonna be born with it? Like, I feel like that's why many are called and few are chosen, because it's only a few that are
That,
chosen, and usually they're the ones that are meant to like lead or heal or teach.
exactly. I wholeheartedly believe that because from a young age, I always used to like. I was different. I used to just lamb my teddy bears up and play teacher. Um,
You always wanted to
I
teach somebody
did.
something, huh?
Yes, yes. But nobody would listen to me. I was that person. Nobody listened to me. She don't know what she's talking about. And
How
I
you don't
never
know what you
forget
talking
it.
about? You a straight A student.
Man, it's but oh, they see now. They see now. I know what I'm talking about. We can't see it now.
Oh, let's talk about that. How is it now? Like, now that you're in your promised land, you're at peace. Some people probably never thought that you would get there. What are their reaction now? Like, are they trying to like call you, see what's going on in Texas? Like, what's tea?
So they don't have my number, May. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, what God say, leave the past in the past. That's what you do.
Yo, you made me laugh the most so far on these calls.
You,
Cause what?
yes.
It's the way you say
You,
things and then you say nay. I love it. Like, I love it. It's just funny. So they don't even got your number.
no, I ain't got my number. No, I must be about my father's business.
Period. You about your father's business. So
Yes.
what if they come on your channel?
Well, I need the subscribers. Like I don't feel no type of way about nobody. But hopefully, if they do come on my channel, it's something they could take away. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, they could take away something and apply it to their life. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Hopefully they use it for good and they'll become better.
Yes, exactly.
But
But you got them few that want to be nosy neighbors and twist the truth and
yeah.
not
Yeah.
knowing that everything you do comes back to you. So you have to be careful.
You definitely got to keep posting, sis, because you got 2 years ago, 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, hello. So her name is God's Gift Ministry 8111, y'all. And I'm gonna put it in the description box. Subscribe to her channel. I wish she had more for y'all. Oh, you got some shorts on here though, but
It's coming. It's coming, y'all. It's coming.
you could just get to see her and see how she living, I guess, in her shorts.
Yes.
Showing you what she doing in her promised land. Oh, you locked up? You got locks?
Oh yes, I grew my locks. It'll be 3 years. March 4th.
So you know how they say when a woman cut her hair, she a different person. I believe that every time we go through
That's
these
true.
spiritual awakenings, it's something
Yep.
different that we do. Like I did cut my hair, and it's like you locked your hair. Do you believe that we go through like these, like we have to do something with our hair too?
Yes. God, that's amazing. You just said that. That's crazy. God just gave me a vision about not a vision. He gave me a dream about my hair. And I don't even really like weave, but baby, this hair was flowing in this dream. And I was just like, I was a different person. I was still the kind person, but baby, don't touch my hair. Don't you dare touch my hair. I was just, Rapunzel let down your long hair.
Yeah.
That was my hair in this dream. And I knew God was speaking of my crown, my glory.
Yep.
A woman's hair is her glory. And I was just like, it was just the softest hair and it was just flowy and it had like this golden tone to it. And I woke up out that dream and I tried to go right back to sleep because you couldn't tell me my hair, y'all. I was like, what happened to my hair? Maybe that dream put me on sin. But what I took away from it was my crown. Protect your crown. That's your chakra. And it was like, oh my God, it was just wonderful. I don't know. That dream just was like, and I told the lady at work, I'm like, I just had a dream about hair, and it was just the most beautiful thing ever. And I woke up touching my hair, but it wasn't like that in the dream. And when I woke up, my hair was gone.
Ah,
So
I'm
yeah,
crying.
we do change. We definitely change when our hair. But I said locks because my brother that died,
Yeah.
he I never forget. He's like, "Hey, little bald head," and if you see the video, it's on there. And I'm like, I just wish he could see me now. I ain't bald headed no more. And when I grew my locks out, I was like, this is me. I'm gonna keep my hair like this because I love it. I love my locks. I love my locks.
They look nice.
Thank you.
I'm scrolling through, but yeah, women. I like. I think that we all went through that where we like changed or whatever. I'm ready to cut my hair again. I want to go back shorter because it done grew back a little bit. So I'm like, well, not a little bit, a whole lot. I'm like, yeah, I need to chop this back off. But I still like my weave. I'm actually about to do a quick weave right now because I have to
Uh huh.
go
Yeah,
out
your
this
hair is
weekend.
beautiful, man. Your hair is beautiful. I was like, look at her. And
Thank
it reminded me of with my shortcut. I never forget I had got my hair cut by some lady when I was living on the east side of Chicago. And this man was like, I don't know how you came in looking, but I know how you're going out looking. I was like, he was like, you look good. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, it's like I feel like a woman. We feel good when our hair look good. When you know your hair done, it's just
Yes.
something about it. I feel
It's
like
different.
it's nothing wrong with that. Like switching it
It's
up, feeling
nothing.
good, being confident. As long as you're not damaging yourself, God doesn't care. Like
That's
go
right.
be
That's
a beautiful woman. As long as you're crowned, you really crowned. You know what I'm saying? As long as you
exactly.
have a crown, he don't care what your hair looks like. That's why he showed your hair in that way. If he would have showed your hair in locks, you would be thinking that he wants you to always have your hair in locks.
Exactly. Exactly. No, he showed regular
He
hair.
showed
Regular.
regular hair to let you know he does not
Mm-hmm.
care. This is how you
Yep.
seen yourself probably most beautiful. It probably was one of those like you internalized
Yeah.
like me as a princess and God just put it together for you to envision and he was just but you got the message. You
Yes.
knew it was about the crown. But that's so good to
Yes.
talk about because I feel like people get it all messed up, with that. Like that's fine. You want to have locks, you want to do your short hair. I'm natural right now. That's all cool and dandy, but if someone decides they want to get a perm tomorrow, don't start hating them. Or if they want to
That's right.
go get
That's
some
right.
braids or a wig or a weave, don't start hating them. Just ask them to do your hair or pay for your next appointment. And it's not that
That's
serious
it.
because as soon as you get your hair done, you're gonna understand. People that hate
And
on
I,
that, I feel like because they ain't really never get their hair done like really really good. You know what I'm
yep.
saying?
And I just got mine redone yesterday, and I'm gonna post the video. Baby, listen, I just got my hair done yesterday.
Maybe you need to
Retwisted
drop
it
a
now.
little video.
Yes, I'm gonna drop one. I'm about to
Okay,
drop
because it
it.
don't even take much for real. Like drop a couple back to back, like couple. Because your
It
video
don't.
that you dropped was only 1 minute anyway. You could do about 10 of them. Shit.
Exactly. Yes, and grow my audience too.
Okay, so what can they? Did I ask you that already? What to expect on your channel?
It's just more God content. If you love God, that's where you're supposed to be at with me.
Period. I love that. Short and sweet.
Yes.
Any encouragement or things you want to say to anybody about, whatever you might have went through, maybe like going to a different state, like you had to make a big move. I know I talk about this in some of my videos, but actually meeting someone who really had to transition to a different state, like any words of encouragement. People could be a little nervous to pick somewhere out of state. Like what made you choose Texas and why were you
Um,
okay with just doing that big jump? Because that's far from Chicago.
70 hours.
That's a
Um,
big jump leaving your hometown.
yes. So I asked God. I said, God, I'm here in Chicago. I'm not happy. A lot is going on. At the time, I didn't know what was going on, like the witchcraft stuff. I didn't know really too much about it. I was working security, doing security and home health care for my mom. And God had me saving from both jobs, saving, saving, saving. And I got a call, and the lady was like, well, house is ready. You can come down. And now, mind you, Nate, I signed this. I signed up for this 3 years prior. I had forgot all about that. I even applied for it.
Right.
And I'm like, who is this? And she's like, this is Walter Bim, and you could come down. And I'm like, but what stamped it was she gave me an appointment. And my appointment was Monday. It was a Monday. And I'm like, okay, I
I
can't
love
miss
a
this
Monday.
appointment. Yes, new things happen on Monday.
I love Mondays.
And I'm like, I can't miss this appointment. I never rented a car before. Never rented a car, none of that. Didn't know the process of nothing. But I'm like, okay. I packed up everything, packed up my house, rented this car, and I just came. And I just meditated on the words. No matter where you go, I am with you. That was it. No matter where you go, I will be with you. And I just drove all the way here on that prayer. That was it. God be with me. Who can be against me? So
So while you're packing up the van, you're just saying that God be with me.
who can be against me?
I want
Yep.
people to understand the visual of how to do it, because people think it's it's some big extreme way. No, you just
No, no. You take what you got, do what you can, and you make it happen. You just take God at His word. God, you said I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I don't see a way, but God, I know you're gonna make a way. God, you just take Him at His word.
I like that. Thank you for that. Some people might need that. It's 11:11. I was just seeing on the clock.
I've
All
been seeing
right.
that all day.
I'm trying to think what else should we talking about. We're at an hour and 11 minutes.
Wow.
We're probably
I would just my advice for anyone out there. This goes for children, parents, grandparents. Just keep going. Don't give up. Just keep going. Know that God is going to see you through.
even when they're in a bad situation.
Even when you in a bad situation, God has the power to turn any situation into a miracle. Anything.
Because if you don't keep going and you're in a bad situation, you're gonna stay stuck in that bad
You
situation.
want to stay stuck in that bad situation. That's right.
And you can never get out. So by keeping going, that means if you're in a relationship and you know that this is bad and you need to leave this relationship, keep going and still showing up. Still, you might have to play the part, blah 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 blah, but you're making up a plan in your head about okay, taking
Baby,
note of
listen.
everything.
If you gotta put your stuff outside and sleep inside until the coast clear, do it.
Right. Start taking little things out your house
That
one
they
at a
won't
time so
notice.
it don't
Mm-hmm.
feel all, extreme. Because a narcissist will go crazy if you do something just so suddenly. You got to
Yes,
take your
yes.
time. So start taking things, one by one. That's what we mean by keep going. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
Because then
right.
you're going to get out of it. But if you're not moving
And
forward,
you have to see yourself already out of it. You have to
right,
see yourself already out of the situation.
you got to see the long haul.
That's right.
So
That's
how do
right.
people? What if they like? How can I see myself out of it if I'm in this mess right now? How do people be able to see? What's your advice to see further than what you're
You
in?
have to go. You have to go inside of yourself. And what I mean by this is you have to muster up the courage to say, what this person called me, I am not that. I am not what they call me. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I could do all things through Christ Jesus. You have to take them words out that book and apply it to your life. Like you literally have to say that out your mouth. I am strong. I am more than a conqueror.
Words of affirmation is deep. The Bible got a whole bunch
My
of them.
my name means God's gift. Dorothy means God's gift. That's how I came up with my channel. God's Gifts Ministry.
Well, that would have been nice to say when I said,
Yeah, I'm sorry. It didn't come to me.
because someone would have named Dorothy. I already knew you was named after your grandmother. Come on now. But
Yeah.
just you being
It
named
just
after
came
your
to me.
grandmother, then the name being Dorothy. Come on,
Yep. It
you got
means God's
something. Ain't
gift.
that the what's the show? What's the movie?
The
Dorothy,
Wizard of
the Wizard of
Oz.
Oz. Yeah, come on now. I'm over here
Yeah.
talking to Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz.
Everybody Everybody called me that too, man. They be like, "You Dorothy?" Yep, from the Wizard of Oz. Songs in Yellow Road. Yes, I
For real. Like, girl,
am.
you knew you was different.
Yes, and my dog looked just like Toto. That's what's so crazy.
Dang. So how is it now making friends? Do you have any girlfriends now? Like you be hanging with?
I'm a loner,
Where do
but
you live?
I
Nah, I can't ask you all that in Texas, but I want to come to Texas because did you hear?
every
You got
time.
to listen to the call I dropped with the guy. He's from Houston. I want to go see what's up with him. Can you sing? Are you a rapper? What's your talents?
I don't sing, I don't rap. I just encourage people, man. That's my talent. Like I
Can
just
you do
encourage people
poetry?
everything.
You can't put
That
words together?
I can, but I never really thought about it like that. I write books. Now I can write you a book, baby.
So you can
Listen, we
write.
can
So you
write.
writing your story right now.
Yes, I'm writing my story right now, and I wrote a book before. I wrote
Hey,
one.
is it still out? We could buy it. What's up with that?
No,
Send me a
I never
book.
got no. I never got it published. Unfortunately, my mom threw it away.
That's some hating shit.
Yeah, she threw it away.
That's disrespectful. She didn't even write it. It wasn't hers. Why would she do that?
Yeah, yeah, she threw it away on me. I'd have been through some stuff. I had a track scholarship. I could run track. I was the fastest runner on the team. And my mom took a letter up. She was like, I thought you was going to get out there, collapse, and die. So I took a letter up.
Oh, you had Cinderella's mom or
I was
Precious.
like, yes.
It's
I
like
was
a
like,
mixture of them both.
man. I was like, I could have been rich right now today.
So when did you find out she threw up that letter?
She told me when I got grown. When I got grown, she told me.
Well,
Cause I
if
asked
it
her.
makes you feel better, you wasn't gonna be rich off that because that's God didn't want you to do that. You probably wouldn't be millionaire right
Exactly.
now, anyways. That makes you feel better.
Yep.
But
Yep.
they be thinking they be doing it for malicious intent. But God is like, I don't really want them
Exactly.
to do that shit anyway. So whatever.
Yep. Cause
But
what she running for? What she running from?
I'm crying. But that was very selfish of her to do that and take that from you, while
Mm-hmm.
you were young and excited and happy. And you saying that you were the best. So that's jealousy. She didn't see that
Yes.
you were good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I see why you have a distance with her. Welcome to the club, babe.
Yes.
Welcome to the club.
Yes.
They gotta get their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta get their things together. How is your dating life right now? Are you dating anybody?
I'm dating Jesus. I
Where you
don't date
working at?
nobody.
Where you
Huh?
work at?
I do security. I'm at a call center right now
I saw
doing
that
security.
on your video, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I do security.
Is
That
that your
was
thing? Like, do you want to be like into law and stuff?
no. My thing is the psychology. Like I like helping
You
people,
just yeah,
healing
your
people.
thing is being a speaker. You're supposed to be doing.
Yes,
Got you.
yes, a counselor. I'm a
So they're
counselor.
just paying the bills until you get on
Exactly.
YouTube and do what the freak you supposed to be doing.
And make millions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
That's
sounds
right.
like you need to start posting on YouTube. Hopefully people on here, I think they will because you have a very good story and you're very wise too. Like I feel like a lot of people could be uplifted listening to you. So I'm definitely
Thank
subscribed
you.
already. It didn't take me much, even though you got 1.5 videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I'm locked in, so I feel like y'all should lock in because when she drop, it's gonna be hot. Cause look at how she talk.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're gonna end this, okay? And I'll probably text you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, we're gonna keep in touch.
Are you on
Yes.
Instagram or anything? You want to shout anything
I'm
out?
on. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I am on TikTok.
What is your Instagram?
My Instagram. Y'all ready?
I'm about to be
It's
ready in 2 seconds. What is it?
it's DW
DW.
73.
Why you keep saying 73 all the time? You got
Seven.
73 subscribers. Now your number 73. I told you 73 was mine. That's July 3rd.
Yep. 731914. That's my Instagram, y'all.
Where are you getting 73 from, girl?
Girl, God, I don't even know how I even got that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know.
God is hilarious because he know when that number come up, I get real technical.
Yes. No.
Right now we on
Seven.
1-9. We on 1 hour 19 minutes, which is funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so y'all check her out on Instagram, DW731914. We got to chopping it up with Dorothy from Chicago who moved to Texas, did a big step, and she's loving where she's at. She's loving where
Yes.
she's at. And she's showing you and she's just told you that, you don't have to stay where you was. You can cross
That's
over to
right.
the promised land. You just got to keep going and you got to always keep the word in you. You got to speak the word over your life. Don't be scared to say it. Don't be scared to demand it. If you demand it, you'll believe it and then you'll receive it. But if you don't believe it, just ask God to reveal himself like he did to Dorothy and he scared the freak out of her multiple times. So that just shows you that God will always reveal to you what it is that you want him to reveal. Just be ready for what it is he gonna reveal to you. But he knows how to get to every last one of his children. If you're not a believer and you want to believe, God will show you things in the supernatural. You just gotta ask him. Just gotta
Peace
ask him.
out.
Period. Catch y'all on my next video. Bye.